So Sam Hubbard's out for the season. And it is what it is at the end of the day. Obviously, this is another loss to the defensive line. In the end, it means that now the Bengals are forced to play some of these younger guys and see what they have in them, where you kind of knew what you had in Sam Hubbard. You know, kind of like his ceiling, you know his floor, you know everything about the guy. Now the Bengals are kind of forced their hand to actually play, you know, some younger players, Myles Murphy, Cedric Johnson, etc. It sucks to lose Sam Hubbard for the year, but at this point, I feel like with how many players we have lost for the year at this point, it's almost to a point where I'm numb. I'm numb to the feeling of losing another player for the year. I hope Sam Hubbard is okay. He did tear his PCL. Hopefully, you know, he recovers well, and hopefully his recovery process goes perfectly. At the end of the day, though, you know, it's kind of just the summary of this season entirely, which is sad, but kind of just true at the same time. You know, it's like one after another, one after another, one after another, one after another. So, again, this does mean that we'll hopefully get more snap counts for some of the younger guys, and hopefully will help us out for, you know, long-term success of actually being able to see some of these younger guys on the field. But who knows? Maybe somehow, some way, the Bengals will go pick somebody else up, and they will absolutely yeet this whole idea out the window. So, from this last game, our snap count, Zach Moss, obviously not Zach Moss, Chase Brown played 93% of the snaps. Then it was a 4% snap count for SKYLER Herbert, and that was it. We had 3 snaps for SKYLER Herbert, 64 snaps for Zach Moss. He was the main guy. He had majority of everything. Jermaine Burton only had 3 snaps in yesterday's game. You know, again, they're just not utilizing him. And now that he's the kick returner, punt returner guy, I feel like this is even more reasons why they're not going to utilize him, because he's now no longer important in that context. So it's like, okay, well, we can now do the Chuck Sizzle thing to him, which is just make him special teamer and not have to utilize him. We utilized 3 receivers, just 3. The rest of them, tight ends. And yeah, 79% for Drew Sample. 68% for Drew Sample yesterday. 32% for Mike Gesicki. 7% for Tanner Hudson. And 12% for Cam Grandy. Like, that's kind of our mentality now, is 3 wide receiver sets and just run the rest of them being tight ends and try to move the ball in that capacity. I would love to see more Jermaine Burton, but the truth is I don't think we're probably going to see much at all. We're probably going to see this moving forward, same concept, and they're going to kind of rock and roll with it. We didn't even see any snaps for Isaiah Williams. So, it's the typical Bengals on this one. Anyway, though, B.J. Hill did lead the team with 79 percentile. Then it was 60 percentile for Chris Jenkins. Jay played 24% of the snaps. McKinley Jackson actually did play 37% of the snaps, which is nice. Zach Carter, obviously, no longer here, and Lawrence Guy no longer here as well. Rest of the defensive line. Starts off with Trey Hendrickson, played 83% of the snaps. Sam Hubbard played 14% of the snaps. Joseph Asai played 59% of the snaps. Myles Murphy played 43%. And Cedric Johnson played 14%. This is because obviously Sam Hubbard went down with injury, so they needed to get Cedric Johnson in there because you need to have another rotational guy. Linebacking core. Jermaine Pratt played 100% of the snaps. Akeem Davis-Gaither played 99% of the snaps. Moma Jagmita, who also had the fumble in this game, played 7% of the snaps. I still want this number to go up extremely. I think this number needs to be in the double digits, at least 15%, 17% of the snaps. I still think it's crazy that he is not at that number yet. Shaka Haywood played 4 snaps. Like, Shaka Haywood and Moma Jagmita, I'm not against the idea of Shaka Haywood playing, but I think he should have more than Shaka Haywood. From the secondary point of view, Cam Taylor played 97% of the snaps. Then it was Mike Hilton at 71%. Josh Newton played 97% of the snaps. Poison Ivy played 6%. And Marco Wilson, the Cardinals Patriot guy we got, cornerback-wise, played 7% of the snaps. From a secondary point of view, 86% of the snaps for Geno Stone, 21% for Von Bell. Jordan Battle is 90%, and then the rest were Tyson Anderson and Anthony were active. As you see, when it says 0%, that means they're active. If it says no percent, then that means that they're inactive. They're healthy scratch. But they did play, and surprisingly enough, no, we did not play them at all. We played them on special teams. That's it. So, like, for example, you see the 0 right here, no percentile. That means he's a healthy scratch. But again, across the board, this should mean that we get more play time with some of these guys, with some of these younger guys. Now that Sam Hubbard is out for the season, it sucks that it takes a player going out for the season just to get more play time with some of these players. But at this point, you know, we're just rocking and rolling and hopefully figuring things out. You know, it's really at this point you're focused on next season. Obviously, this season's still important because you still have a chance, little chance, but you still have a chance. So you're still gonna be focused. But next season is where you're really starting to focus on. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure to like and subscribe button down below if you are indeed new.